in a wide range of issues. But coming to the importance of the implementation of the Bella Bill, because that's another elephant in the room, because we must be able significantly to make improvement based on some of the law amendments acts that are there. And the president of the country has signed into law the Bella Bill, and now we, amongst the other things that has been altered, is the South African Schools Act, number 84 of 1996, by inserting subsection 1, which broadens up the concept of basic education to cover all grades. Now you are not going to be found wanting xa ubuzwa ngento yobana khona na utishala ka-grade R, not umntu wogcina abantwana. Andaba ndavakalana. Kukho umahluko phakathi komntu wogcina abantwana notishala. Now, in essence, it means as we discuss HOD, the PPN this year, and concluding it by September this year, the issue of the ECD kicks in by virtue of the Bella Act. So now when you talk post-provisioning in the context of teacher distribution this year, one person will ask you how many teachers that you are going to provide for grade R. Because you have said the Bella Act is enforcing early learning foundations. Now, is enforcing them by law. It's not a question yobana baya afford na as a community kanye as afford. It's by law that if foundation phase learning skills zako must be considerate and be able to disperse on that. And I'm then saying those are the issues that are coming to the fore, which you'll read on your own at a particular time. And again, the compulsory grade R enrollment, which is also a matter that now is being enforced. Remember, when we were at the beginning of 1994 HOD, there was a debate on the compulsory education, in particular on basic education, and the access thereof. Sayi-achieva le ndawo yoku-accessa imfundo kwabantwana, but kasikwazi uyi-achieva le ndawo ine-compulsory part. Because once uthi u-grade R u-compulsory, apho uyakhona ngokweyam i-analysis, uya ekubambeni umzali onomntana ongayiyo esikolweni. That's where you are going. Because once you insert a compulsory component in grade R in the schooling system, it means in one way or another to have a kid that is in an age of going to school but not going to school, somebody will have to explain from a legal point of view why lo mntana elapha. Kutheni ngekho sesikoleni lo mntana? Uphi umzali wakhe? So, which is an achievement that the Bella Act has actually also brought into the sector. The registration of the ECD centers and the responsibility of the shift that after we have taken this function from the social development, it means then again massively we will have to register the ECD centers, even those that were not compliant in terms of the act from the social development. Now we must make them compliant and register them, so that you can massively take those kids into the space, colleagues. Again, the province, colleagues, we must also be responding in terms of the professionalization of the independent schools in the province, in my view, but ultimately as a country in general. Lento yalo mntana uCwecwe was an opening eye for the nation. Babe Sinethuba would get deeper on this question, because the incident of an alleged violation of a learner in an independent school, as I said in Alfred Nzo, is a wake-up call for all of us, not for Department of Education only, but entirely the ecosystem of government, for a number of reasons that I will raise with you. One, we will have to find a way of what is the meaning, program director, of government that has got institutions that are private. Your accountability measures on them is limited. You have got this principal. This principal is not appointed by you, is appointed by a board. By extension, is not accountable to you as government, is accountable to the board. Now, there comes an incident of this nature. Then the board is not assisting you in disciplining that principal. What are you going to do? So I'm saying there is a policy issue that needed to be corrected here, so that you don't just support independent schools in terms of resourcing, but also limited in terms of accountability measures and compliance to the law, so that you can be able to deal with that. So hence I'm saying, from a generic point of view, in my view, that incident is an incident that all of us must mark it and begin to say, moving forward, how do you deal with the two-tie system of the schooling that you have in the country? Because that issue is as a result of a two-tie system of schooling that you have in the country. You have got a public schooling system on the other side. You have got a private and independent schooling system on the other side, the two-tie system that I'm talking about. So how do you then subject both of them into law amendments that could make a government to be at the edge of authority in whatever that is happening in that particular space, without undermining the constitutional setup that government has been established for the past 30 years? Because remember, the private schooling system in the country is deriving its existence from the Constitution. It's not deriving its existence from the policies of basic education. It's deriving, it's a constitutional matter. So how do you deal with that constitutionality, which at times can constrain you in dealing with some of those particular matters? But again, colleagues, the department is currently auditing various operational areas of the independent schools, as we have said earlier on. The HOD started a very progressive new stance out of the lessons that we have during that period of a chaos in the country, of vetting everyone that comes into the space. And I want to take my hat off for you, HOD, for that particular decision. We must be, we must vet everybody here. And the vetting must not be done to educators. Whoever has got a relationship directly and indirectly with kids must be vetted. Noba uzoba ngumantshingilane egeyithini abantwana bazawugqitha kuwe xa bengenayo, you must be vetted. So that you avoid this crisis that the nation is confronted with now, of consistent GBV and femicide multiple offenders that are not registered. It's only that time that you know into ba hayi man weke wa rape omnye umuntu kwenye department lo muntu wake wa rape omnye umntana kwesinye isikolo. So we must deal with this thing, and that vetting process with the collaboration of the SAP must be done in a manner that is going to give government at least a breathing space on the matter. So that's why I'm then saying, HOD, the vetting now must go beyond the independent schools, even to public schools. I know for a fact that it's not our function, it's a function of the SAP to vet people. But I'm saying, ngoku uzofuneka simazi umuntu oqashwayo apha. Kuzafuneka simazi umuntu olapha ngaphakathi endlini, kuzafuneka simazi nomuntu onenye intention engeyiyo le kuzwe kuyo, so that you avoid to be in a cycle of problems that could have been avoided. That's what I'm trying to say.